From 2920 Philadelphia Street, Weird, California. Keep It Up the Nerds presents issue 241. My name is Renee.
Nick.
This is Bryan. I'm Sean.
And welcome to the show. You guys don't know. You guys
just
don't
the
know.
context.
Brian.
Let's provide the context.
Yeah. So the context, obviously, you can't go to Chuck E. Cheese without a kid anymore. Adults can't just walk in.
Which rightfully so.
No, yes,
rightfully so.
Please, yes. Enforce that rule.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, you're doing good.
Yes. So we're sitting here, we're getting ready and stuff like that, and then just Nick out of nowhere goes, right before I'm about to talk. It's literally what, like 5 seconds? It was like
Yeah,
it was like
10 seconds.
It was like 10 seconds before I had to say anything. I was getting in the zone, and Nick goes, "Hey Bryan, can I borrow your baby to take her to Chuck E. Cheese or to go inside Chuck E. Cheese?"
No, you can have her back after.
Damn it, man!
You can have her back after. It's
We were
fine.
cracking up.
Oh my god,
She'll love it.
Yeah. So I got a story for you guys, but before we get to that, I feel like you're just doing sound bites at this point.
I am.
It's stuff that people won't ever listen, but because it's gonna be behind the vault. Anyways, check out our. Sorry. Oh my gosh, you threw me out of the loop, dude.
You threw him out of the loop.
KeepItUpWithTheNerds.com for all the up-to-date information. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/KeepItUpWithTheNerds. And check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, now on YouTube Music. And I do have to issue an apology. Noel did confirm that he does play our podcast, our show, at prime time. So I'm sorry, Noel. You know what? We can blame Gino.
Let's keep hitting him.
No. We're going to blame Gino. We're going to blame Gino. No. You want to keep hitting him? You want to
Keep hitting him.
Yeah?
He's not dead yet.
Jesus.
The horse isn't dead yet. It's only.
You know what? Walk into the store.
It's the civilized thing to do.
Walk into the store. If it's not on the TV, call him out on it.
I am.
We'll walk over there after this.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be like, why are we not up there?
I'm gonna make a big thing too.
Are you
gonna walk in.
Went in the store, just Gino and that one customer that just lingers.
You know what? Junior too.
Junior too?
Junior should buy a TV.
Oh,
Junior does have a TV.
No, he does have a TV.
It plays it.
He doesn't. The reason why he doesn't play Keep It Up with the Nerds is because he laughs.
Oh, it's because we mess up.
No, yeah. He goes, do you know how hard it is for me to watch you guys and tattoo at the same time? It's impossible.
I can't do it.
So what? Does Noel not play our podcast because he laughs too much that people will rob the store?
No.
I don't think that's a thing.
That's not a thing.
No?
Oh,
Then why?
that's a
Then
thing.
what's his excuse?
Um,
You got to make one up. You said you were going to keep beating it.
Maybe it's because it's promoting this store.
yeah.
That's
not
true.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a podcast room. Maybe we'll do a show over there.
Podcast. Where's that at? It's at
It's up the street.
It's up the street. What's it called?
It's
What?
if you go under to
I
the
fa-
city.
If I rewind it to the beginning, they'll tell you.
Are you gonna rewind? No, I'm already an hour in.
No, you missed it. Come back later.
Come back next week. That's a new one.
Just to make the announcement again,
Yeah.
we'll probably be posting the announcement on Instagram. I think as of the release of the podcast, the announcement would have been made, but we already announced it. We're at the Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, so if you guys are around the area in Santa Fe Springs, the art festival is April 26th.
Yes. How much is it for a ticket to get in?
It's free.
Oh, it's free.
Free.
Oh.
Yeah,
they
so
don't have to buy tickets
no
anymore.
tickets. It's a one-day event from 3 to 11, April 26th.
So my family can come this time. Yeah.
Your mom's welcome.
Yeah, she's always welcome.
Well, she's always welcome.
The urn. Why are you laughing?
Huh?
Why are you laughing? No, laugh.
She's
You
dead.
could laugh.
You're giving
I mean,
the
he's the one.
dead parent pass.
He did set up the joke, so I mean,
Okay. So it's allowed.
I was a little hesitant, but I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's funny.
it's
It ended up being funny. So
Can I borrow one of your strollers?
Stop.
How is she going to be protected?
What are you talking? Oh, I was like, who are you talking about? I'm not letting you borrow the kid.
I'm not going to borrow the kid. I'm going to borrow the stroller.
Are you going to bring MJ on stage?
So the plan, yes.
I knew it.
You're gonna bring her on stage?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Actually, my mom's been asking about that, but hang on, I'll talk about that in just a bit. So we can officially announce who is going to be at the festival this time around.
In our
area. In our area, okay? So in our area, if you guys attended the festival at all last year, you guys would be familiar that we had vendors and artists exclusive to our area that would come up and be a part of the show, have interviews and stuff like that. The production schedule should be up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to finalize a couple things, but the vendors and artists that have been confirmed are Juice Box Pins. We have had him on a couple videos, not officially on the podcast, but we had a couple videos featuring his pin collections.
We
that
met
he
him
does
over.
sell.
We ran into him at LA Comic Con. We've bumped in. We worked with him over at Whittier Comic Fest. He was an awesome dude. His his art and his pins are
Great.
so cool. They're so great. I'm really excited that they're going to be joining us.
So
Same.
Juice Box Pins is going to be there. Rafael Navarro.
Yeah.
He was at Winter Comic Fest. Finally going to be there alongside one of his friends as well. So we have a comic book artist there. Philip Art.
Yes,
we had
yes.
him in this last
month of guests.
Month of guests.
Yeah,
and his friend Kevin Tran, I think.
Yes, Kevin
Yes,
Tran.
yes.
He was the one that was in the audience. They were the ones that were watching that day. Not only that, but also they're both going to have separate booths. They're also going to be promoting their comic book, the Aqua Titan.
Yes. So Kevin Tran, Philip Art, Juicebox Pins, Rafael Navarro, and his friend. Who else is new that's going to be here? Super Mazer Bros, finally.
Super Mazer Bros are going to be joining us
Yeah.
finally over at Santa Fe Art Fest. I'm super excited. We've been talking about the Mazer Brothers since we, really
4 years.
Since we started the second year. They've been on twice for Month of Guests. Lewis is a longtime friend, longtime collaborator of the show. We're really happy that we get to, bring him out and see his different take on stickers, clothing. They're unveiling a bunch of new hats and pins and everything else. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
to
if you
see
guys
what they
follow
bring.
them, they make a big spectacle at what is it? The one convention?
Patches and Pins.
Patches and
Patches and
Pins.
Pins,
Yeah.
Super fun.
I'm
watch
excited
that.
to see the booth because they always have like a cool little spin wheel and they're giving stuff away
Yeah,
and
great.
those guys sell out quick.
Yeah.
They always sell out whenever they go.
We also have a couple returning guests. Sarah from Wasteland Comics will be attending there as well. I think
believe-
she might have already released issue 3 of Glitch.
I think
Yes.
issue 3 is already out and then she's already promoting issue 4.
Issue
Nice.
4. And Matt from Whamstam will be there as
yeah.
well. And
yeah.
thank God for Matt showing up because his whams, what are they called? The whamblums?
Yeah, his Wamblums.
And oh my God, they're so cool. And he's working on some stuff, and I'm gonna bring the thing that he did for MJ too. So that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to collaborate with him. For
That was
you
such a
guys'
great thing.
for you
Am I
guys'
missing anyone?
gift.
I have Whamstam.
Noel?
I have.
Noel,
Prime Time.
Primetime.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah. Listen, you don't put it on TV. We forget. Primetime Collectibles will also be there. Last year, they had a bunch of trading cards. So if you guys are into Pokemon, One Piece, Magic, they'll have that merch. They had Gundams that you went and bought.
Yeah.
Yeah. they had Gundams. They're going to have a bunch of pieces there. So if you guys are into collectibles, go check that out as well. Everyone that will be at the festival, we will have in the description below. So if you guys want to go check them out, please go do so. Go support. Let them know that we sent you guys.
Yeah.
Go follow their pages. I'm pretty sure in the description we can put all of their.
We'll put their
their
IGs
stuff. Yeah,
since
their
that's the
IGs.
most popular one.
I think what was it? Yeah, I'm super excited to see this year. Once again, we're gonna be doing a live show, which is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be doing interviews with all of our vendors and attendees and everything else. Right next to us is gonna be a cosplay stage, and we're going to be collaborating with them and kind of seeing what exactly they have and what talent they brought. It's going to be really cool. I'm super excited also because they have the high schools that are going to be doing their form of Japanese art. That's like right across from us, right at the entrance of the Heritage Park. So I'm super excited for this year. This year it seems like it's going to be insane.
It looks bigger.
It looks like it's definitely going to be bigger. What was it? Our area is going to be a little bit cooler because last time we had just a single canopy that everybody kind of stuck under.
Yeah.
But now they gave us the full lot.
Yeah, they gave us the full lot this year, and they were like, "Hey, you guys did a good job. Run with it." And so we're super excited. I can't wait to see what happens. And
It's just a
it's gonna
great
be all
feeling
on there.
too when you have like a company that they came up to us and just like, all right, just do what you did last year.
It's a
Or do what you did last year and just like modernize it a little bit. Yeah.
So-
add to it.
short story. Last year when we did it was our first production.
Yeah.
It's our first live show.
Or I would say first production in general because
Yeah.
we didn't just do a live show. We produced an entire spot
Yeah,
for
we
the
had-
festival.
yeah, we
so
had-
it's a full production.
And it was longer last year.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
No,
not
it
the
was
same.
no because we finished at like 10 or 11 and the festival was actually open earlier at
I think
like
it was
12.
at like noon.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
had
it's
to
like,
get out of work early.
Yeah, and that was crazy. The fact that we were there all the way from I think we got there at like 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
And then we spent the whole time. We got to also talk about some other things too when we get there. But that was really fun. I enjoyed it. I'm really excited to see, the way the booths come out, the way that everybody's tents come out, because everybody's getting an individual tent and their own kind of like area to kind of show off their merch.
Their placement is kind of like not spread out, but they did it pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And then we're gonna have the stage where people can also like watch the show and do everything else. And I'm super excited on what exactly we're gonna be doing for that live show.
The fact that Santa Fe Springs came back up to us and said, "Run with this production." Minimal oversight of everything is cool. Cause
I thought it was funny too, because I remember when they were talking when we were first like kind of like, oh, I wonder if Santa Fe Springs is gonna hit us back up. We started hearing like rumblings about it, and they were like, actually, your name keeps coming up. Like it keeps coming up that they want you guys to return.
So basically, in other words, what you're saying is if people show up and keep saying good things about our spot, we'll come back for year 3.
Yeah, I like art. I like Santa Fe Art Fest. I feel like it's a really fun venue. I feel like it's a fun show. A lot of really cool things. I'll keep doing it as long as they keep inviting us.
Yeah, there you go. And last piece of announcement, Whittier Comic Fest has officially announced their return as well. So if you guys are in the Whittier area, the Comic Fest will be June 22nd, I want to say. I'm not sure about the times, but currently they're in the process of getting vendors and guests and everything. So if you guys don't follow the Whittier Comic Fest IG account, please go do so. Again, link will be in the description. We don't know if we're going to be there or not this year, but I think they're still working some stuff out. But it's at a different location now at the Rose Gardens, which is closer to...
That's where you had your wedding.
Yeah, but people are not going to know that way.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, it's where Bryan had his reception, obviously.
Guys, that's what I know. Everybody should know. Bryan had his reception.
Y'all were invited. Why didn't you show up?
It was popping. It was popping. It was good. I was turned.
Were you really? No, you weren't. You were.
You didn't, because you weren't sitting at our table. I was getting everybody turned.
I know you were.
Yeah. I had like 3 flasks.
I know the story.
I was just like, I was like Mary Poppins of alcohol.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Every so often people would be like, oh man, let's go get a drink. And I'm like, why get a drink when I have all this?
Yeah. I got it. You got tequila? Yeah.
I think I had tequila, gin, and whiskey.
Yeah.
There you go. But everything will be in the description below. So Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, IG will be down in the description below. Whittier Comic Fest, same thing. Santa Fe Springs will be April 26th. Whittier Comic Fest will be June 22nd. So please go support. Just let them know that we sent you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys can show your support.
So happy.
I have a story for you guys. So do you have a story this time or no?
No, go for it.
No? Okay. So 2 days ago, my wife tells me she's My wife tells me, she's just like, dude, MJ has not. No, my wife. My wife
says that what?
She tells me that MJ did not rest at all from like the moment I left to work at like 8 a.m. to like the time I got to like 3 p.m. basically. She says she was awake, crying. She just would not sleep. She would be calm, but not sleeping. So she tried everything. She puts her down and says, you know what? Let me put on the podcast. And apparently the podcast was more than enough to like calm her down.
Were that boring?
No, dude. Apparently she likes it.
Dude, we put a baby to sleep? Dude, man, we gotta do some things.
We gotta be better. No,
we gotta be better.
Apparently she likes the show because she like calms down and isn't attentive to it. Like she's a baby, she's gonna look around, but like apparently she was staring at the screen where the noise was coming from.
You think it was because Dad was on the TV?
I think it's either because Dad was talking or I don't know, the uncles were also entertaining as well.
Yeah.
So now we gotta bear in mind that we
have a baby listener.
There's a baby listening.
All right, so.
No, see, no.
Goo goo gaga.
So goo goo gaga.
Hang on.
Hold on. No.
Gaga.
Whoa. Only that's their word.
Oh yeah.
Not goo ga. Goo ga's not allowed. That's a
hard A.
slur.
Yeah,
that's a hard A.
Don't say it like God.
It's gone.
Not
What were you gonna say, Nick? What were you gonna say? Go ahead, tell him.
No,
go ahead, because I told Andy what you were going to say.
About what?
No, go ahead. What were you going to tell MJ?
What?
You were going to tell MJ something right now.
About what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, I don't know.
You looked at the camera and you said like, okay,
oh,
now.
I lost it as soon as he started going gaga. Because that was a funnier joke. That was
better.
That was a better joke, and then the hard A.
And then
the hard A is a good joke.
Yeah.
Solid joke.
You said that your family listens to the show, right, Sean?
What?
Yeah. I think my mom started listening.
Yeah.
Did she?
My
She started taking what you
She
didn't say.
asked. Well, no, she asked. She's just like, "Are you gonna go record today?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, good." And I'm like, "Do you listen to the show?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay."
listen.
Thanks.
That's a
I was like,
that's a hard word.
I just like, I don't
I
know.
support you.
Listen,
I
Mom.
support you.
Listen, these guys force me to say things. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We don't.
You don't.
No,
you just
his-
come off of
Don't
our
listen to the
energy.
previous
Yeah,
one.
You
his
match
bad
our energy.
Yeah,
sometimes.
his terrible takes are his fault.
What are you talking about?
There's a lot of them. Just bad takes.
Bad
Just
takes.
Bad takes.
This is a one shot. What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
We don't cut, dude.
Listen,
No, we
I-
do a
I
good
don't-
job editing.
Can't even tell. Can't even tell.
Can't even tell.
Yeah, you know, we don't need 3 hours of recording and then editing it all together
Yeah.
just for the best clips.
Yeah.
We don't do 5 hours. No, they do 5 hours.
Like just 5
They did
hours,
5
and
hours.
then
I can't-
upload
people
part
have done
1
5.
and then part 2.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do
But
5
certain
hours.
People, yeah.
People will do 5 hours
Yeah.
and then cut an hour and a half, and that's their show. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do that.
Also, that means you have to listen to 5 hours. You have
Yeah,
to listen because unless AI is doing it and then it cuts
No,
it.
I've told you guys this before that we are very unique in the sense that we one shot our show.
That's
and then it
crazy.
works because
don't-
people say like, "Oh, I have to cut the dead air," and I'm like, "There's no dead air in our show."
Yeah, no, I guess not. I don't know. I
think
can't do
because
5 hours.
I think because like the three of us have done podcasting beforehand, knowing that, and so that's why we're so used to making sure like
there is no
okay,
dead air.
there
Well,
is
we
no
also
dead air.
vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, the vibe.
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you talking about? You don't like the vibe? Yeah.
I don't like your shirt,
Why?
huh?
Because it's the D.
This is
Because you got that.
honestly
Because listen,
Big
that
D
D-
on your
listen,
chest.
you got that big D on your chest, and it's not mine.
big D
And it's not mine, and I'm very disappointed in it. I'm upset. I see the liquid and the D, and I'm like, could be me.
the whole vibe of the show is basically is brother energy. Like, it's brother energy. Just a bunch of brothers just ripping on each other. That's all we do.
Nick
Like,
said it best,
Yeah.
where the ages are in reverse, where I'm the older brother
you are because you are born the oldest in your family.
in my family,
and
but
you're
I'm
way
the
more-
youngest amongst us.
Yes.
And you're way more neurotic than all of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you talk, Sean?
Well, because
Because I
Sean's the
can.
middle
And
kid.
Sean,
Burn-
well,
burn Renee.
Sean's like the close cousin. Like,
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'm the
Sean-
sobrino.
No. Sean's the third kid. He was the one that was the baby, and then when the baby came, he hates it, and he's just like I was.
So
I
when
loved
you
it.
were born,
Yeah, like when I was born, Sean hates it because he was like the baby for like 20
The
years,
longest time.
for like the longest time, and then somebody else came and he's like, I'm gonna kill that dude in his sleep.
I mean, you're not wrong.
that's why I burned you the way you did.
Yeah,
how old are you, Sean?
32. I'm gonna be 33 in June.
Oh, I'm gonna be 33 in June too. Wow.
Gemini babies.
Yeah, we're Gemini babies.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
be 33 in December.
I'll be
No one
32.
asked.
Jesus
Shut up.
Christ, dude!
Told
Sorry.
you.
Watch
This
what
is how
watch what you
Sean's
say.
been all night.
I know, right?
Sean, did you have a good day, Sean?
Did.
Yeah.
It's just I downed this a little too fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
that made you angry?
From like the 18 minutes
Oh, did,
of us starting, it's done already.
oh,
I'm
did baby drink his baba too fast? Is that what happened?
Bryan,
Why
like
does
giving you
that
like
sound like a
PT.
dying
I know,
bird?
it's just it's like a dying goat.
Oh,
Just,
really?
Oh my God!
The donkey's screaming in Pinocchio.
Oh yeah.
That-
Did you ask if I was going to bring MJ on stage at Santa Fe?
That's what I asked.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, my mom asked. She's
Why?
like, "Oh, when does MJ get to be on the show?" And I'm just like, "Dude, she's a baby."
Just go like
She's a child.
There, bye.
We have to get
good.
we have to get permission from its parents.
From its parents?
Yeah.
Well-
From her parents? What do you mean it?
I don't know what she identifies as.
right. That's true.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
You know what? Let's not open.
Yeah,
that
we're
can
not
of
gonna
worms.
get.
Yeah.
We're not getting into that territory.
Okay.
We're not.
Hey, listen, she
You
wants
just
to be a
know what
leopard.
Bryan
That's her
stands for.
part.
She
That's her problem.
She wants to be an Apache helicopter. She's gonna be one. All right.
What are you? I'm an Apache helicopter.
What are you?
I'm the
America.
what would you do if your daughter walked up to you and you were like, "Oh, what are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm the harbinger of death."
Great. I'll see you at dinner.
and then she just like walks around the house with like just the helicopter noises.
And then goes through like that goth stage. And just her face is just all white with black little makeup around it. And you're
the
just walking
corpse
around.
paint.
God!
Oh, she.
Why do you sit in the dark?
You know what? I hope she does. Yeah. I want her to hide behind like the refrigerator door.
You open the fridge, close it.
Wait, when did you get there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a bell on you.
I can already tell you that Andy's or my mother-in-law basically has started to see more of me in the baby.
Good.
And what do you mean good?
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead with your story. Go ahead with your story.
What do you mean good?
Go on. Go ahead with your story. It's fine. It's not bad. Is it? Oh.
It's called Sprite Chill.
Oh, I think I've tried this one.
Sprite chill. What's so chill about it?
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's just chill, dog.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So my mom has asked. She's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, when are you gonna bring MJ on?" I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know, dude. Probably in the festival, maybe. But like for what? 2 seconds?
Yeah.
What's she gonna do?
You can do the Lion King thing. Just hold her up to the crowd.
Oh, that's
It
pretty
was at
sick.
AMC. It was at AMC for a bit.
Ooh, this is good. Ooh,
That's
this is good.
Yeah, that's good.
No, so she's gonna come up to.
Sure.
So I told Andy that I
Just
feel like her
second that
theme, her entrance theme, is the Cult of Personality by CM Punk.
What?
The CM Punk's entrance.
I don't know why you thought we would know what that is.
He
You
knows.
looked at Sean like Sean was gonna know, and Sean
I'm like,
kind of
oh,
looked
said
a,
it,
a
but you said
wrestling
it
thing.
in
Okay,
an
that's
opening-
on brand.
Well, you know who else knew? Junior knew.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
You think Junior knows wrestling?
Yeah, he does.
You think he does?
Yeah, he does.
You know what? I wouldn't get that from him.
Man, no.
I wouldn't get that from Junior. No, I wouldn't get that from him.
Certainly not Medina either.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah.
I
What? You ran into him?
I ran into Medina at Disneyland.
Oh.
Oh, this last week.
like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I went to Disneyland, and then we're leaving Radiator Springs, and as we're walking across, we're walking towards the deli store.
Yeah.
And then as we're walking, I go, "Oh, Medina's at the register," and then Monica goes, "No, she's not." And I'm like, "That's Medina."
Yeah.
Oh, she was working.
She was working, and I'm like, "Yeah, she's at the register," and then she's like. It was so funny because I had a hat on, I had like sunglasses on, and I'm just kind of walking through, and then I keep going in and out of the back of the store. I haven't like gone in, and then I'm like, "Hey, is Christina here?" I went, "Is Medina here?" And then the guy goes, "Who?" And then he was like, "Do you mean Christina?" And I go, "Yes, Christina."
Yeah.
Totally forgot. They were like, "Yeah, she's at the register." And I was like, "I told you she's at the register." So then I walked over to the register and I walked up, and then she was like counting money. She put it in the thing. She looked up, and then she went like that, and then she went. And then she's like, "Ah." And I'm like, "Hey, how's it going, Medina?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were going to be here." I was like, "Yeah, because you're at work."
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's the thing is that everyone else runs into us. Nick runs into you.
yeah, I know, for real. The main reason I wanted to kind of run into her is because during
Why you wanted to run into her?
I did, because in Valentine's Day, I ordered her Valentine's Day cookie package.
Oh, okay.
And I hadn't gotten a chance to like talk to her about it because I was gonna. I wanted to tell her in person because her cookies are delicious.
Yeah.
Have you?
Like, where are my cookies? Like,
I was thinking the same thing. So I ordered the cookie package. Never got it.
yeah.
So I could corner her at work.
Yeah.
No, it was so funny because on Valentine's Day, one of my parents, she had bought like cookies for like the staff and everything else, and she gave them to us. And then I had cookies from like other parents,
Yeah.
and cookies from everybody else. And then I went to go get Medina's cookies. So I went to Monica's house with just like a bag full, like a box full of like cookies. And then Monica, being the bougie connoisseur she is, was just like.
No way. No, not
No,
in
those
that
aren't.
way.
Those aren't
Really?
very good. Yeah,
She really did that?
I swear.
We need a confirmation.
Where she was just.
I would never picture her doing like
Oh, dude,
that. That's why I'm
Monica
like-
is so picky on sweets.
Yeah.
like she's so picky. And then
on.
we got to we got to those. We then did
Like-
Disney.
The weight's not right.
Yeah, the weight's not right.
There's too much filling on this side, not enough
Oh,
on this side.
you
We're
guys
not
don't,
doing an Instagram review, okay?
dude. You guys don't know Monica, man. When she's eating cookies and junk,
yeah.
Monica's got some. She's got some words. She's got critiques.
She's the what's his name? Gordon Ramsay.
Ramsay?
She's the Gordon Ramsay of cookies.
Yeah, and then it was so funny because then she got Medina's, and then she was like, "Oh, these are so nice. Oh Oh yeah, you can definitely tell what she used. Oh, that's really good. She like burned through those cookies like quickly, and the other cookies that we had, they just sat there. They just sat there.
So at this point in the podcast, if Medina's listening to it, she's probably going like,
No,
someone loves my cookies.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I as soon as we ate them, I think we had the red velvet cake, the chocolate on chocolate. I think she also did a carrot cake one, and then it was like a white like chocolate one.
What was the price on her cookies?
For a full, so I think it was like $5 for like 5 of them, and then and then I think she did, it was like 25, and you got 2 of each. It was like a package that she would give you like an assortment of all the cookies.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was only like $25 to like
That's pretty good.
to do everything else, and then so I was looking at it. I want to get her like tiramisu. She has an entire like menu of just baked goods that she makes. They're delicious. Honestly,
you ordered them, or did you?
I ordered it through her. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I ordered it through her, and then what was it like?
I was gonna say like you did like an alias. It's like,
No. I hit her up and I was like, hey, I want to order your cookies, and she was like, okay, cool. And then I didn't. Instagram is weird on my phone for some reason. Notifications don't always pop up when like people are messaging you.
Mm-hmm.
So she messaged me like 2 days prior, and it was like, hey, where do you want me to meet you to drop the cookies off? And then I didn't see it. So then I like saw it the day of, going like, I haven't heard from Medina to get like these cookies. I should hit her up and see what's going on. And then I see a message from 2 days ago. Where do you want them? And I'm like,
cookies are gone.
So I texted her and I was like, hey, sorry I didn't see your message. Where can I get them? And she goes, oh, I left them at Junior's. You got to go pick them up at Junior's shop. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I have to go from Alhambra.
Oh yeah, your work.
I have to go from work all the way in like Monterey Park to Whittier, back to La Puente, and then go to Quevedo.
Right. Oh my god!
And I've only got 45 minutes.
Did you make it?
I gotta drive. Yeah, I told Monica I was gonna get there at 7:30. I got there at 7:25.
Oh, okay.
So I made it. But go check out her cookies.
Yeah.
What was it? I think it's at Medina.
Yeah, at Medina Dough.
At Medina Dough.
Yeah, Medina Dough.
Like I think it's at Medina_Dough.
We'll have it down below.
Yeah, we'll have it right here. It was really, really great. Go get her baked goods. They were delicious. Like I really, really liked them. And they're good price, good taste. It was awesome.
So
I'll try them. Yeah.
So what happened? You just talked to her?
I was talking to her about it, and
I was like, I was gonna say, I'm like, so
yeah. So
you
I
just
was,
left her kind of just
sorry,
like going,
no,
and that was it.
No, so I was talking to her about her cookies, and then what was it like but at that time she didn't have a line, and then I was talking to her so long that I turned around and she had like this giant line that was behind her,
Wow,
and she
you
was,
messed her up.
and then all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh, and then I look behind me and I'm like, uh-oh, and then she's like, I gotta get back to these people because the line was like really long now, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, and I walked away.
Wow. Did you order anything?
No, I didn't.
Wow, dude.
I just wanted to talk to her. That was it.
Wow.
I didn't want any ice cream. At
Not
the
even the
time.
Quake Shake or anything?
No, I didn't.
Do they have the Quake Shake there?
Do they have? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw her and I was gonna go say hi. That was it. I didn't want anything.
Dude, it's been so long since I've been at Disney.
I was trying to get alcohol. That was what I was trying to find.
I want to go back to Disney.
Want to go to Disney? We'll go to Disney.
I can't. I have a child now.
You could still. Why? She's free.
Yeah, I know, but she needs to get vaccinated.
Huh?
She needs to get vaccinated first.
Just put her in like a little like incubator.
Not
We'll get her like a little like a little hamster ball. We'll like roll her down.
What the heck? That's not how that works.
It'll be like Dewey's hamster ball. Just.
I think right now we're trying to wait until her 2 months before we can take her out to big events.
Okay.
I feel like Disney's a big
So
one.
we could go to Disneyland on my birthday then.
Yeah.
When's your birthday again? June.
Yeah, June 20th.
Maybe.
I feel like
Well, it's on a Friday, so I might have to do it like a week before.
yeah, but I feel like Disneyland's a big one. Like Disneyland is, there's just so many people, and people are always sick there.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's a
gross.
baby.
Your baby's so.
Why are you getting
It's cute. Thank you for giving my daughter measles. Thanks.
Yeah, right. God forbid. Man.
And that's how we got West
Just to be
Nile.
sure to always keep yourself clean. It's dirty here.
All right. Does anyone have any other stories? Sean, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I don't really know these people that well.
Oh,
Like,
well,
like-
you will
like-
now.
like
You
how
will now.
And I'm excited to finally
Go
go
ahead.
Medina. I don't know. I've never met Medina.
Just
No,
walk
yeah.
around. Oh, no, she's not around uptown.
What was it? There's a new board game I've been wanting to get for either the podcast or when we're out and about. It's called Put It In. And the whole point.
I kind of just looked at you like, and I see Renee go like,
I'm just thinking, and you go, just put it in.
we sure it's a board
Yeah.
game? Are we sure it's a board game?
So it's more of a card game. So the idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what you call it, a card.
So the idea is you get 5 cards. So you have 5 cards, and they're phrases that you have to put into a sentence, and people can, and you have to put them in like organically.
So, Cards Against Humanity.
Kind of Cards Against Humanity, but the idea is that you have to you have to put stuff in to a sentence.
Oh, okay.
Without somebody catching you. So like if you say like a phrase like, "Did you just drop a deuce?" If somebody goes, "Is that your card?" You have to then put that card back into the deck and draw a new one, and it's first to get rid of all 5.
So you're putting your cards in a sentence.
Yeah, you're putting it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you doing air quotes?
Because he's calling his dingling a card. And
no, I'm telling. What?
That's not what I got.
That's not what I got. What did you get?
It's a card game. A sexual innuendo, but not that far.
Yeah.
It's coming from Nick. First of all, this is how he introduces it. He's like, no.
This is like,
that was on you.
This is
that was definitely on you. That was.
He's explaining the card game, and Brian's just like, anal sex.
It's because it's Nick, dude. It's Nick.
So you think when Nick anal sex?
Well, Nick is just Nick, dude.
Yeah.
What else? What are we supposed to do?
Comic strips.
Comic strips.
Comic strip of yours.
Comic strips.
Comic strips.
Let me put it in.
We just went from PG to PG-13.
Wait, your daughter's watching.
Yeah, we talk about your daughter in this episode.
You should really pay attention.
Cover your ears, MJ.
All right.
MJ's like, what's anal sex?
No.
Anyways, comic strips.
Sorry, Mom.
Portion of the show
That's your first word.
where we don't tangent for more than 10 to 15 minutes.
That's out the window.
Oh yeah. I had to make a recovery after that. I needed a segue from that.
Mommy, what's anal?
Via deadline, Nick Frost has been cast as Hagrid in HBO's Harry Potter reboot. Ooh,
That's interesting. I wouldn't have pictured Nick Frost as Hagrid.
I could.
That's the thing is I had to like kind of sit on it because Andy was just like, yeah, I could see it. I'm just like, but I know him from like what is it, the Bar trilogy?
I don't know why.
The Cornello?
I'm thinking
It's the Cornello trilogy.
Is it called the Cornello
trilogy?
trilogy?
Yeah, the Cornello trilogy. I was just thinking that of Nick Frost dressed up as Hagrid, but acting like Ed from Shaun of the Dead. He's like, when some kid, when he just explains what happens to these animals and a kid gets bitten, he goes like, I freaking told you.
She says a beer with him at all times. You just see Harry and the gang walk in. He's like,
they go to his little hut. They go inside his little hut. He goes, hi. He's like, Ron, Harry, Hermione, welcome. 2 seconds. What's up, Mike? I got nothing. He's like,
I would be very interested if he played like the younger version of Hagrid, who's a little more kind of like comical rather than kind of like super serious. That would be interesting.
I actually wouldn't mind the Nick Frost from the wrestling movie he was in. Shoot. He plays one of the dads of a wrestler.
Was this recent or?
It was like maybe like 3 years ago. It's like Florence Pugh. And she was playing a
Fighting
wrestler.
the Family.
Yes, Fighting in the Family.
Yeah, Fighting the Family.
That dad figure where he's like, I'm willing to do anything for you and protect you and everything else. As soon as I've seen that movie and I'm like, oh, I can see Hagrid because he also has in that movie he has the long,
he's got a long
beard and everything, and he's like just big. I'm like, yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a bad casting, Nick Frost
No,
as Hagrid.
not at all.
It was interesting though. What did you say was confirmed by Deadline?
Yep, via deadline.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that's playing? What's the cast so far? Can you look that up? Like who's?
That up.
I think
Who's-
it's like
who's-
not 100% confirmed of who the cast
They-
is.
they've gotten-
They've thrown people out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I thought Snape was locked. Hagrid.
Isn't Dumbledore?
Dumbledore is also locked.
Dumbledore is
Really?
he was in Conclave. He's Lord Farquaad. John Lithgow.
John
Oh,
Lithgow
John
is going to be
Lithgow.
Dumbledore.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's going to be a really good
That's
Dumbledore. That's a solid casting from Dumbledore.
Well, how, right? Like,
Well, no, because especially
I don't think you can find the Philosopher's Stone.
but I think if you because John Lithgow, especially if you use like his fun, like his fun childish whims,
Yeah.
and then you go like Dexter vibes where he becomes like very like serious in like the later seasons. And like they're talking about like the Deathly Hallows and everything else, that's gonna like he has such great range that I can see him doing an amazing job.
He does have an interesting range because like he can go from like very quirky, funny to very serious.
That's
and, like,
yeah,
like within an instant too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I like that casting. I think in an interview he said that he will keep. I think what did he say? I think it was either that he wants to keep this role as close as possible and respect it, or something along the lines of like he will continue acting until he can't stop.
Yeah.
Or I think this might be his last role. Basically,
He's getting older, and
he's 76.
Yeah, but he's 76, and it's gonna take what 6 years to do this.
What?
Think about it. It's what 7 books.
7 books.
You do a season a year,
And that's if it's successful.
and that's if it's successful. But that's what I mean though. Is like it's like 7 years. He's 76. He'll end when he's like 85, 83.
I don't know.
We all might be dead by then too.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we nuked the place.
Maybe we got
Yeah.
measles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
measles.
Yeah. You know what else
find
is
the
making a
cast?
return?
No, did you find the cast?
No. I
find
found it. No, I found it, but it's also showing me like, hey, Hagrid's gonna be this character, and it's they're showing me the guy from Ted Lasso. So I feel like
Oh,
It's
so it's not
probably
reliable.
very- yeah.
It's not very
Okay.
reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Yeah, but I do know that John Lithgow did get confirmed though.
Yeah.
He-
John
he-
Lithgow
him
and Nick Frost are 100%.
Was it the actor that played Roy Kent mentioned in it?
Oh,
Ted
he was
Lasso?
supposed to be crap. Lucius? No.
Is it Sirius Black?
No, because Sirius Black wouldn't be cast yet.
Yeah.
I think it was Lucius.
I think
Lucius wouldn't
so.
make sense because Lucius doesn't show up yet in the first season.
Well, I mean, they could just show that he's there. Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know, but
I
yeah,
mean,
I heard
Or-
I heard his name being thrown
Unless
around.
unless he's gonna be Malfoy's dad.
That's Lucius.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking of Lucien,
Lucius. Oh,
the guy that plays the werewolf.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Lucien?
that's
Lupin.
Lupin. Thank you.
Thank-
I was
that's
like,
that's
it
who I'm
starts with an
thinking
L.
of.
Yeah.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. I was
Yeah,
thinking of
that's-
Lupin.
Yeah, Lupin.
Not Lucius. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad.
No, you're good. Apology accepted.
Yeah. Shut your
I accept your apology.
It's because when he went like that,
Yeah.
the first thing that came to my mind was Nick going just like, yeah, but it sounded better when I said it.
Yeah.
And he
Just-
did the same thing to me this week, dude.
What?
She did the same thing.
What? But
where
yeah, but it
she
sounds
kept
better when I
repeat-
say
Yeah,
it.
she did it.
Yeah.
And she said the exact same thing, and I'm just like, you know what? You guys are my 13th reason at this point.
Oh, wow.
You and Nick.
Your
I
wife?
swear. Yeah,
Your
dude, because
wife?
she's like did the same thing.
I'm as bad as your wife.
Dude, she literally took something I said and then said it, and I'm like, yeah, I know you said it, and I'm like, so you don't listen to me until like it comes up?
Maybe Andy listens to the podcast too much.
Getting some ideas.
Go for it, Sean.
Next, we got Game Informers officially returning as a physical and digital magazine. All team members are returning, new owners, and giving team members complete autonomy.
I will
This
buy
is good
the
for
subscription.
millennials.
Yeah.
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 Paper magazines? I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to walk into a GameStop and them go like, "Would you like to make a subscription?"
I don't think it's
Right? Yeah.
Would you like to be a pro
Please.
member?
To
Please.
be a pro member on top
And then
of that.
and what he's really saying is, please help me.
Yes.
I need you to subscribe because if you don't, I don't work.
I don't wait.
They send me
They
home.
pay me on commission.
They pay me on commission. I only get hours if I do this.
Yeah.
I don't get fed lunch if I don't sell a pro subscription, please, for the love of God.
If I don't, can you pre-order?
Can you just please just?
I need you to
Put it
pre-order an
in-
Xbox. You don't have to buy it. You just need to pre-order
Yeah.
it.
You can literally cancel it
Yeah.
right now.
I'll give you the 50 back. Like just I need hours,
Yeah.
please. That's working at GameStop.
Not working at GameStop.
You worked
In a
at
nutshell.
GameStop.
So did he.
Yeah, both of you guys.
We both
Sorry.
worked at GameStop. Yeah, it's rough.
I feel
Yeah, it's
like
bleak.
I bet
millennials'
Midnight's
dream job was.
midnight releases smell
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
bad.
Oh, they were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2. I remember that one. That
I-
one was bad.
I think mine was Halo 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it was not fun.
Yeah.
We were
I
there
was-
until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I was the
You were there
person
until, like,
at
4 a.m.
midnight.
Yeah, I started at like 9 at night, and I didn't end up leaving till like almost like 3:30, 4.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I had to go to school the next day too.
Yeah, I remember that, and then also, the thing I hated the most was when they made you clean and they made you clock out, then clean the store.
What?
I never closed.
Oh, I would always close.
They would make you clock out, then clean the store?
Yeah, that's how
So
they
you
got
were working for free?
Yeah, so that's how they got sued. That's how they would get sued. I've gotten paid out like 3 or 4 times.
What the hell?
Yeah, because that was like the whole protocol would be because we have to close the register, and the register is how you clock in.
Oh.
So it has like the clock-in system in the register. So in order to close the register, we need you to clock out.
Why is GameStop so shady when it comes to that stuff?
Well, I mean, they're not the only ones. They're
No,
just
I
the-
know,
they're-
but
they're-
still, it's like they're the face.
They are the worst, though. They
Yeah.
are definitely the worst.
I love how we went from Game Informer to talking about
They're
GameStop.
connected.
No,
They're connected.
no. I know. I want it. They are.
They are.
But I'm excited the Game Informer's coming back.
It is. I think that them being autonomous and not having but no matter what, even if they are autonomous, are they subject to ads? Like, we have to get ad revenue, we have to get clicks.
I will
we
tell
have to
you-
we have to do sales, because if that's the case, that's still going to push for clickbaity articles.
Yes, but I will
what I'm
say-
scared
What
of.
leads to IG, which is what IGN is doing now, of like
Very
this-
BuzzFeedy kind of.
Yeah,
Old-
where it
old-
starts
old
turning. Yeah, it starts turning into BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I would much rather pay for. I don't know why my brain thinks this way. I would pay a yearly subscription to the digital magazine of Game Informer, similar to like what LA Times does.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd do that. If it's like $5 a year for starting, or $5 for the first 6 months just to get in there ad free, I'd totally do it. I'll even pay like $30 a year for the paper magazines.
The one that I hate is when you go on LA Times and then you read like a third of the article and then it goes, "If you want to continue, you gotta pay this." It's a good article, right? You should really give me $20.
Ad
Stop
blocker.
at a good point.
Doesn't-
Oh man,
really-
that sucks.
Yeah, and I guess you're gonna have to go find your news somewhere else.
If not, then float me $20.
Also, if you don't know this, you will go to jail. It's just like I need to know.
Yeah.
Let's be real. If you paid the subscription for it, fine. But the fact that they grab your information, then they outright state the fact that they'll sell your information.
Oh yeah, they do that.
Yeah, that's
That's
scummy.
pretty- that's
so,
pretty scummy,
no,
yeah.
that's why I'm like with LA Times and any reporter that always goes like, but that's how we make our money. Yeah, but your company also makes the money by selling my info. So,
Yeah.
suck nuts. I don't like that.
Suck nuts.
Yeah. I'm excited for Game Informer though.
Yeah.
I'll pay that. They can sell my data. I don't care.
You know what? I'm really hoping though. I'm hoping that they do kind of what they did back in the day, where they would go and then have like hands on with the games, like before they come out, and go like, "Hey, this is like a briefing of what the game is," and kind of having like a mini review before, and then it would give you the pros, it would give you the
But
cons.
that's the thing, is that Game Informer, I feel like right now is a good time because its competition is being scrutinized. You got to think about like IGN.
Yeah, no one takes the video game journalism market like serious
but
anymore.
that was if
they
that was
can build it up and like show people,
But-
maybe
and
it's
it-
still some confidence.
And it's so weird though, because IGN used to be really good. The
GameSpot.
Verge,
Machinima.
GameSpot used to be really good. Machinima, The Verge, all of these websites used to be like really good. But now they all, kowtow to ads
oh my god, yes,
and what's going to be clickable.
and a lot of clickbait articles.
It's a
yeah.
lot of clickbait articles. Not only that, but also hating a game even when the game is good, and then just
It's hit pieces.
It's gonna be a lot of hit
write-
pieces.
They write hit pieces, and I hope not to see that in Game Informer.
I think it's gonna happen, but not to the extreme of what we've seen with IGN.
If it didn't happen in the past Game Informers, where there were no, outright attacks like that, then there should be no reason for it to be in Game Informer again if it never was.
The problem that I see with this coming up right now is I kind of don't want it to go the G4 route, where everyone was
God.
hyped about G4 coming back,
Jeez, yeah.
and then it only lasted like 4 or 5 months before it shut down
but
again.
for reasons.
Yeah, but G4 had a problem of they were doing a larger production, but they didn't have any of the talent that G4 had.
They didn't have us.
Well, they didn't have the Adam Sessler, they didn't have the Morgan Webbs, they didn't have the Olivia Munns, and they didn't have those classic shows. They used to, what they were doing was they were doing YouTube shorts. Like they were doing stuff that was easily done on YouTube or streamers or anything else, but all these streamers have already kind of got a viewing, and they're doing it like 10 times better. And you may have more of a budget, and it's going to look a little prettier, but they're more entertaining.
I wonder if the physical copies of the magazine will have a section for audience or like for readers to submit like stuff.
I hope so.
Because I think Nintendo Power used to do that. I have a Nintendo Power magazine that has something that I wrote in, and it was like published on the magazine.
That's sick.
So I kind of want that to be brought back into Game
Dear
Informer.
Nintendo, I would like to be in a Mario game.
I don't know what I wrote.
You
I
would
gotta
call
look
me
into it.
Super Bryan.
Why do you give me a baby voice? I was like,
Because you were a
maybe
child.
I was probably a teenager.
Oh, that's sadder.
What do you mean that's
Because that's the same voice you had. I think you were on. I think you were on the wrong bus, bud.
Jesus.
Make me.
Moving on.
Move on.
Jack. Per Variety, Steven Yeun has been cast in the Avatar: The Last Airbender Avatar animated sequel movie.
Want to run it again?
Yes.
Try it again. One more. One more.
Per Variety, Steven Yeun has been cast in the last Avatar Airbender animated sequel movie, film slated to be released January 30th, 2026.
Wasn't bad, but I'll
We'll
let it
take
slide.
it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. Unless you want to do it again.
All right, the third one. It's always the
The
third
third
one.
one.
Yeah.
There's the slide.
You mentioned this that he was Avatar 1.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, in Legend of Korra, he was Avatar 1. So
Yeah.
I can see maybe Avatar 1, like the voice of Avatar 1 trying to guide Aang.
1 is the first Avatar.
The very first Avatar.
Yes. What was his crime again? What did he do?
He
He's
stole,
too badass.
He stole the fire.
badass.
He stole fire from the lion turtle.
Yeah.
And that's how he was. That's why the first Avatar is a firebender, right?
That's why the first element is fire.
fire.
In the cycle, fire is your first one, and that's fire, air, water, earth.
Yes. I'm excited for it, but I didn't realize that it was January 30th of next year. So close. We haven't even gotten like a tease or anything like that.
Yeah, but I don't really know what they're planning. I mean, they could just do the comics.
I think it's a new story. They already said that they're not doing a comic rendition.
Oh, okay.
Or rendition of the comics. They're going to be doing something completely new.
Yeah, it's the comics got weird at a certain point, like
Yeah.
especially like the search for.
I remember this. Yeah, when everyone was talking about the search, everyone was wanting that. I remember that.
Yeah, the search is interesting where they're searching for Zuko's mom. There's a couple of like interesting ones, but I wouldn't mind adult Aang and the gang.
I think that's what they're doing.
I would love that. I think
The
that
building
would be
of
so
Republic
much.
City?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the founding of Republic City, or even just life in Republic City with the gang. Everybody is in the city. Everybody's kind of living their own lives and doing their jobs.
I wouldn't mind the life after the trial of
Unalaq?
Yeah, that'd be interesting because that's kind of when everything started to crumble on them. Because who was it? Was it Toph that disagreed with Sokka,
Yes.
right? Over how they were going to go through the jurisdiction of.
They also
Sarlacc?
felt that just taking away his bending was wrong.
Yeah.
Like there should have been more.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, because I think they just took away his bending and then they let him go. Like
Aang took his bending away.
Yeah, and then they just let him go because then he trained his two sons without bending on how to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I have to watch that for season.
But
4.
but that was the thing in the first season of Korra. I felt like that was one of the cooler scenes. Like once you saw the trial of Unalaq and you saw like Aang and the gang and everybody, kind of like living their lives in Republic City, I wanted to see more.
Yeah,
And it was like only like little snippets, and I'm like, man,
you would love to see it.
you could have made a movie or a show about
Toph
that.
could end up leaving because that's the point where she ended up kind of
A
disappearing.
little
later,
after.
yeah.
I think she leaves right after Sokka dies.
Yes.
So that would be a lot later.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Next piece.
At the time of issue release, Nintendo will have had 2 directs. Last week was a focus on Switch 1, with the second one focusing on the Switch 2. So, we've already we had one this week.
We
Yes.
had yes. So
This
this
is the week that
as
we
of
have
release of this
As
issue,
of release, yes.
we would have had one on Tuesday that specifically talked about the Switch 2.
Yes.
This last Nintendo Direct that happened the previous week, people, not Nintendo, but people that were reacting to the stuff that was being announced said that this is the last Nintendo Switch Direct. Yeah, that's basically it.
There wasn't a whole lot.
It was just games that were being announced, a new Pokemon ZA trailer, but the biggest aspect I think that I wrote down on there.
New games announced, but the highlight was a digital cartridge feature that will allow people to share digital games with members of their family for up to 14 days.
Yes.
Can also now share games belonging to the same account to 2 different Switches.
So, okay, am I weird to think that the norm isn't to not own 2 Switches?
What do you mean?
So,
Because
okay,
you own a Switch.
I own a
and
Switch. I own the first Switch, like the first
First Gen 1.
Gen 1.
But
yeah.
you have a Switch and Andy has a Switch, right?
No. So
Or
that's
you
the
guys
thing.
you both use the same Switch?
Yes. I thought that was the norm, but
Of
like
just sharing a Switch?
yeah. But like people are like, "Oh no, I have like 2 or 3 Switches." I'm like,
Why?
"Why do you have 2 or 3
Yeah.
Switches?"
Wait, hold on. But my question. Okay, hold on.
That's excessive.
But are they full on Switches or are they Switch Lights?
So that's
Because I can see as a parent me getting a Switch
a Switch Lite to a kid.
and then getting a Switch Lite for my kid.
Yes,
Because
so-
they're just gonna use it on the go.
Yes, so I think that I understand. But where I get a lot of like most households have like 2 or 3 Switches or have gone through like 3 or 4 Switches in the current lifespan. Because at this point, I think the Switch is like a little under 10 years old.
Yes.
Right? It's like 8, 9 years old.
Something.
Like a lot of tech channels go like, yeah, there's a lot of households that own like they're on their 2nd or 3rd Switch, and I'm like, where's this money coming from for them? Like legitimately, like each Switch is like $400.
I think
8
I
years
bought
old.
I bought a Switch and then I just stuck with. I had the black one,
Dude, I have the first gen. I had its battery replaced.
the red and the blue one.
No, the OG.
Yeah,
the
it had
gray
red-
one?
it had
Oh no,
the-
but I had it all black. It was all black Joy-Cons. But I had
Yeah.
its battery replaced.
because the
You can
'cause the-
jailbreak that.
well, no,
That
'cause
is
the-
like the most sought after gen for the Switches, because after that they started adding new software where you can't jailbreak
Yeah.
it.
'Cause the-
Pretty much
I
turned
thought-
it into what were the handheld devices?
a Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. You can pretty much put it on par with the Steam
Because
Deck.
I think, well, yeah, once
Like
you
accessibility
well, once
with
you
games.
once you crank up like everything and you overclock everything, I imagine, yeah, you probably could.
You can
but it's
turn
not.
it into a really great emulator for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Instead of,
That's
Nintendo.
sad.
Oh,
That's so
a
sad.
Nintendo thing that we ourselves have to do because
So
Nintendo
you
doesn't
would-
know how to do it.
Exactly.
yeah. So instead of paying $20 a month in order for me to have access to all the games that were on the library prior, yeah,
$20 a year.
so stupid.
I mean, better than I pay $20 for Xbox.
I think 20 a month for Xbox
Oh, but
is
20
way
and X
better.
is better because
You get an entire
PC.
library that's free.
Yeah.
and PC access.
Like that's totally worth it.
Yeah,
Oh, Xbox released that they're going to be coming out with the new console too soon.
that's rumored.
It's going to be
It's-
like Steam accessible. It's going to have Steam on it.
Xbox is a
Yeah.
different story.
That's cool.
Well,
I
because
think I'm going to buy that.
Xbox Xbox is hardcore gone like, oh, I don't need to win the console war.
Yeah, I just
I
need to
just
make
need to be
money.
Steam.
I like at this point
It's just gonna be steamy. Yeah.
as long as my toes are in every single pocket, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
So
As long as I have a hand in every single pocket, it does not matter
as long
what
as
happens.
this guy has the Xbox app on his PlayStation 5,
You know what?
they've won.
Somebody made the same point about Samsung because they were like, Samsung should do better at like marketing their stuff. Like, why does Samsung suck so much and Apple takes care of, Apple's so much better and everything else. And I thought it was so funny because somebody was talking about it and they go, you guys realize that every single time you buy an Apple product, like an Apple phone, you give Samsung money. And they were like, what? And he goes, the screen is a Samsung screen. Their chips are Samsung chips. Every single time that you buy an iPhone,
Checkmate.
Still supporting
you're
Samsung.
still supporting Samsung. They don't care. You could buy a Samsung phone, buy an iPhone. I don't really care. I got money no matter what. They
don't care.
I don't care.
So Linus Tech Tips did a video where he did the reverse. Instead of him, an Android user, going to iPhone for 30 days, he's doing a series where he's having iPhone users switch to an Android. Here's the thing that pisses me off about it. There's one guy in particular that's very observant, very smart, but he said the stupidest thing ever because I feel like every iPhone user is the same way. He says things that are in the iPhone are just there and it just works. With Android, you have to do multiple steps and do multiple things, and it's just an inconvenience. So AirDrop, for example, you don't have to download an app to AirDrop. You can just AirDrop to another iPhone. Samsung just did that like 2 years ago. It's called the Quick Share feature.
Yeah.
So I can download large files or share large files.
We did that the other day.
Yeah, in like minutes. Like it doesn't even take that long. My problem with iPhone users, I know we were talking about Nintendo, is that
That's the same thing.
they don't realize that the reason things are so convenient is because Apple is forcing that ecosystem onto them, and they themselves are being very discriminatory to anyone else that doesn't have an iPhone.
Yeah, and they purposefully change like box colors.
Yeah, they make iPhone users racist.
They do.
Yeah, 100%.
you're
My
blue.
coworkers, huh?
It's a psyop.
Yeah, my coworkers are all iPhone users. Literally out of nowhere, a week ago, we're walking to lunch and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have a text message chain to do everything, but you know, bubbles are what is it, blue or green or something like that?"
Yeah, if they're green, it's an Android user.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because all the bubbles turn green.
Yeah,
if
and
an
like,
Android
oh well, because
user's in
someone
there.
here has an Android, and they looked at me. I'm like, what the hell did I do? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You know, I'm sorry. I'm free-minded.
I'm sorry, I'm changing the color of your bubbles. Like, oh my god.
I'm sorry you guys don't like greenies.
I remember being I was in a friend chat, and then they were like, "Hey, we forgot to tell you. We put it in the group chat, but we forgot to put it in your group chat."
Wow.
And then I go, "What do you mean my group chat?" And they were like, "Oh, we have a separate group chat, so that way it's not green and it's just the iPhone users."
Why
That
is
is
that
another.
That's so stupid.
No,
And I
that
was
is
like,
no.
Stupid.
Andy's coworkers do the same thing.
Where we have the
They don't-
iPhone users all in one, so that way it's all blue, and that's like the common one.
Yeah.
And then when we want to talk to so and so that has the green, because
feel like-
I guess the green hurts their eyes because they're so freaking delicate.
I feel like Apple users are just so used to being like handheld. Like they're just they're like
Well, everything is there. Everything is there.
yeah,
everything is there.
Yeah. And then Android users are more like thinkers. They'll
We're more free. We have free will.
yeah, essentially we do.
We're not
like,
a drone. We're not an NPC.
Yeah.
No, I
Well, to be
thought-
fair, we are Samsung users, so
Yeah.
technically we do fall under an ecosystem because Samsung can technically be.
it's technically the Google ecosystem.
It technically
It does fall under the Google
Yeah,
ecosystem.
thank God they got rid of what's Samsung's thing?
Which
their
one,
AI?
Bixby?
Was it Bixby?
Bixby was their assistant.
Oh my God, they got they.
They still have it.
Yeah, but
it's on mine.
hiding.
It's
on-
Gemini.
No,
Gemini's Google.
Oh no, it's so weird because on my new phone, I have Bixby, Gemini, and Google Assistant, all three, and they argue. They're pissed off at each other because I use Gemini way more than I use any of the others.
Bixby comes out. It's like, Nicholas, why won't you use me? Shut up.
Hold on. Bixby has never written me an email by me talking to it. Okay, so you know the incident that I had at my site the other day? I told Gemini what happened, and I told him, write me an incident report email. And it wrote me an email, and then it then said, who would you like me to send this to?
Awesome.
And then
Awesome.
I go connect to work email, send it to, and then I gave him the name, and then it went, and then it then sent me over, and it was, please look over the email. And then I read it over, and I just edited a couple of things, added like 2 or 3 names, added a couple of pictures, and I sent it. And the email was super good. Like I was looking at it going like, I would have never written.
I think
this way.
Gemini is like $20 a month. I think it's worth it.
But for when you buy the phone, it's so funny because they literally go, "We'll give you 90 days. We'll give you 90 days free, buddy."
I didn't
And
realize.
after that,
cancel
it's 20.
anytime though.
Yeah,
See, I
it
wasn't-
does.
Yeah.
It's $20. It's $20 a month for because you can use Gemini, but Gemini. What was it? Gemini doesn't have access to all your apps unless you pay the $20. It only has like basic Gemini. Yeah, basic bitch Gemini. And where it's just as soon as you,
Gemini.
it's just real basic. He's just like, oh, Gemini, where am I at? I don't know. Just
I don't know.
when you
I feel like $20 would make me talk
yeah.
more.
And then when you give her $20, she's like, "Oh, you're in Compton, run!" Get the hell out of there!
Woo! Take a right!
Stop running! Well, don't pay the $20, she's like, oh, I don't know. You should really figure that out. That sucks. You should...
Okay, fine, I'll pay the $20.
You ain't caught to get out!
Oh my god, that was on you. That is on you.
I don't know why it was so funny. Just
You hit it so hard.
That's on legs. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just so funny to think about. You're just walking around the streets of Los Angeles.
You're like,
And you're asking Gemini,
Yeah.
where am I?
yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Give me the money. He's like, I don't have the money. I don't know where you're
I
at.
don't know where you're at. Fine. Okay, well, let me do a quick little check. All right.
Run!
Like, it's not even like an AI. It's just a person just on a computer that just waits for you. It's just like, oh, okay. Oh, he paid the $20. Let's
Oh god, he's about to
Yeah.
die. That guy's about to die.
Gemini, please call 911. There's an intruder in my house.
That's an actual extra $20.
like,
Right here.
I do
Sorry,
not have
I-
access to your emergency.
I don't have access to your emergency contacts.
Yeah.
You should really pay that extra $40. No, but yeah, because when I first got my phone, it then went, do you want to try Gemini Plus, 2 or 2.0? And I went, like I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know if I want that. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, would you like 90 days for free? And I was like, oh. I went, well, let me spread wide and you just stick it in.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Only the tip though, just the tip. I'm not. You gotta loosen me up.
He literally said, "You want to play a board game?"
But I'm not gonna
I'll
lie.
put it in.
Would you
I'm
like to
not
play
gonna
a
lie
board
though.
game?
The $20 so far has been totally.
I
worth
want.
it.
I think I might.
Totally-
I might
totally
just
worth
bend over for Gemini, dude.
Dude, I love it. I'll show you.
Oh wow, you really.
I'll show you the email after. It was a sick email. I was
So
like, oh wow,
that's
really
the thing.
good.
I love how we went to AI. Nintendo's news is not that interesting. Whatever.
It's Nintendo. So what? Okay, so they had a digital cart.
You can share games, but anyways.
Congratulations, you joined the digital age, Nintendo. You know who's been doing that for years? Steam. And Steam, I can give an entire library endlessly. Like literally, me and Sean are on the same library, and Sean just uses my games.
FBI open up.
Like there's just like there is no there's and Steam does not care. Like Steam is just like, okay, cool,
Gemini
whatever.
tells Nick, he's like, extra $20 will call FBI off right now. Let's do it.
Holding you ransom now.
all it is.
What is it like?
It's like,
Eagle,
okay,
what is this? Eagle Eye?
Yeah.
Oh, the Shia LaBeouf movie?
It's like, okay, if you want to get out of the FBI, just give me the $20. All right. Get the hell over there. That's it. That's all it tells.
No,
I don't know why that.
No, I
voice from Gemini is so crazy.
I want Denzel Washington training day. Of as soon as you pay the $20, he's just like, oh, get on your knees, open your mouth, and just like what? It's like, oh, you want to go to jail? Or you want to go home?
And then the cops are coming like, Gemini, what do I do about the cops? You want a wolf? You're a wolf. Wolf eat wolf.
You know what? I'd pay for AI to have like a panic feature.
That would be heavily used for you.
Oh, shut the fuck, dude.
Hey, Gemini. How much time do I have until the baby needs to get out of the bath? Now! 20 minutes ago, dude. The house is on fire.
Gemini, when do I reach my exit off the freeway? You just missed it.
Great.
You just missed it.
That'd be hilarious.
I love it, dude.
I want it.
You gotta peek the mic at that moment.
Like, it's the perfect timing of peeking the mic and then also not trying to be super loud.
What do you do? You set an alarm for Gemini at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, could you imagine it just going like, it just.
You have it right next to your ear, like,
Get up! Get up!
Sean's done. Sean's ready for the next thing.
You don't like the feature? You don't like the panic feature on Gemini?
No. My ears are ringing.
Sean's been getting
overstimulating, and now I'm thinking in the back of my mind, how the hell am I going to edit this audio?
You
now?
don't. You just put a mic warning.
Just a mic warning.
Just a warning. Yeah,
God.
volume warning.
Headphone users, sorry.
You also, if you do it on Premiere, you can noise
clip,
reduce it.
You can also clip and then just.
Or I can just mute that entire 5-6 minutes, and then just have old timey music, and then just some subtitles, not even pertaining to what's going on. That's what I'm gonna do.
That'll be your last video to edit.
Oh, thank God.
I think you can just cut and then just lower down the gains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it'll be
that's
easy
what
to
I'm-
find.
that's all you
That's
gotta
what I'm
do.
probably gonna do.
Yeah, it's
That's
easy
all you
to
gotta
find.
do.
They'll be like touching.
Oh no, it's gonna be a fat.
It's a
bar
block.
of this. Yeah, it's literally. Block.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be
It's just
easy
gonna
to
be
find.
spikes. It's like, oh look, it's the Himalayas.
Hey Gemini,
I'm just looking for Everest. Like,
hey Gemini, why is this audio way too loud right now?
Because they thought I was funny. What they don't know is I've already called the police. They'll be dead in 20 minutes.
Oh god. All right, what's the next?
Next thing.
What's the next one?
I think that was it.
No, there's one more.
Oh.
Two.
Two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's two.
Yeah. Christopher
I wrote 'em.
Masterson and Justin Birksfield are confirmed to return for Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
That's going to be Reese and
Francis.
Francis. Francis and Caleb Ellsworth Clark will play Dewey after Eric Sullivan is set not to return. Probably wants to keep his own life private at this point.
He, after Malcolm in the Middle, he had actually stated, later on in interviews, that it was never his choice to become a child actor, that it was forced upon him by his parents.
Oh, that sucks.
And that he didn't like the lifestyle of acting. He also didn't like the whole I needed to be on 24/7. He didn't like that. And that's it's his preference.
His
yeah,
choice.
that's fair. Yeah.
The actor that they got for Dewey looks like an older version of Dewey, which I'm okay with. I'm just happy to see what's his name, Christopher Masterson.
Masterson? Yeah.
Masterson, yeah.
Mr. Masterson.
He's back. Just cool. Not to have to be under his brother's shadow.
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Hey,
We
listen.
don't know.
As of right now, we don't
we
know.
don't
Hey,
know.
wait. I say the same thing when I'm talking about the students I have.
Okay, I was
The
gonna
kids,
say-
each sibling is different.
Yes,
There's no reports of this guy. He's
we're
fine.
fine. Nothing official
He's
announced.
still. I mean, he's still a Scientologist, but maybe he's a good one.
Is
You
he
know,
a Scientologist? Yeah, Tom Cruise is a Scientologist.
Yeah,
and
it's
we're
a-
at every Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
I also want Piama to come back. The actress,
Piama?
the actress that played Piama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his wife, Francis's wife.
Oh,
Yeah. I
maybe
could see
she'll
it.
make an appearance.
I could see her getting recast.
Yeah.
Well, weren't they getting a divorce?
No,
At the end of the series.
Jeez, what's going on?
I don't
with
know,
that
but
wire? Okay. Ooh.
The Wire is
Okay,
messing
okay.
up.
All right. Yeah. check
Anyway,
push it in. Put it in there.
That could be it.
Okay,
Don't-
don't do that.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
shoot. Oh God. Okay, I just want to touch it. Anyway,
Just stick it in.
Just put it in.
Just put it in.
no, because at the end of Malcolm in the Middle, that's why he's staying with his grandmother, because him and PM are separated.
Were they divorced or were they?
They were separated because Francis became an alcoholic.
Oh yeah. But by the end of the series, he's found a job and
They get back
he's,
together.
Yeah, they're back together. at the end
They're
of the
working
series.
on getting
Yeah.
back together. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean, though, is
Yeah.
that they already were separated.
There
so
was
I
a
can-
rift.
There was a rift,
I
so you
don't
can easily
want-
go. It happened again.
sense.
It didn't
He
work
went down.
out.
He went down the wagon. Huh?
Here's the thing.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
don't
work out.
want, if they're going to do that, I want the boys to be in good positions for this movie or for this series.
Yeah.
Like have them develop at least some solid personal life. When they get back together, it's when things start to go downhill again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that the best possible thing for each one of the boys is them being by themselves,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
because they're all instigators on each other,
Yeah.
and their brothers are their worst enemies.
Yes.
And those are the people that are gonna bring me down,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also the stress of Lois that really amps them up.
Yeah. Like Dewey, I
Yeah.
think, what did we say? Dewey was supposed to be a successful,
Musician. 'Cause
Yeah.
he liked piano.
Well, he
so
was
the-
I thought he was an engineer.
Dewey?
Dewey took apart the VCR and then he put it
Put
all
back.
back together.
But they found out that his genius is through music,
Yes,
Oh.
creatively and arts. That's
because
that's him.
he picked up the piano and he instantly knew how to play it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then I think they also gave him a
right.
violin, and he also instantly knew how to use it.
I think the
from
joke in the show was that it skipped a
Yeah,
brother,
it
where
skipped a brother,
Francis
yeah.
was like dumb.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if Nikki's gonna be back.
The other kid?
There's
yeah,
a fifth.
baby.
There's a fifth brother.
Oh yeah.
It's Francis, Malcolm,
And
Reese,
I'll
Dewey.
know.
Yeah.
I'll
And
know.
Nikki.
I don't know if they're gonna do this because right before the episode ended, Lois and Hal were expecting another child.
So that's 6 kids.
That's
Yeah.
oh, that's right. There was.
But
supposed to be
they
a sixth
could
kid.
just be like, no, we're not gonna acknowledge that part.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you could.
You could.
Because then it's 2 new kids that you don't really know. But I also think that would be kind of funny if they were only slightly older than Malcolm's kid.
Oh yeah.
If Malcolm has a kid and then they're only slightly older because 2 years into Malcolm being in college, he got a girl pregnant. And so like he had a kid at the same time that his mom had a kid, which made things awkward. But
I would like Reese to be a bit crypto.
Crypto Bro?
Crypto bro.
You know
And he's
what?
I would
super
love it.
successful until they get back together and he loses it all.
No, I think at no point should he ever lose it.
I think that he should be successful.
I think that he should not, but I don't think that's the thing though. I think he should own his own garbage business,
Oh.
like a garbage truck
because
business.
he was because by the end of the show he was a janitor
he was a janitor, but also he loved to clean. Like that was like his thing. He loved cleaning
and cooking.
and cooking.
Yeah.
Actually, if he was like a renowned chef,
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be sick.
That's what I was thinking.
or like
Yeah.
have his own restaurant.
Wasn't there an episode where he actually found out that he loved cooking and then they were making fun of him? So he's just like,
Yeah.
shut up. It's supposed to be manly.
I mean, it's Thanksgiving dinner too.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
monkfish.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where he took cooking classes and he ordered, and there was the final exam was who made the best quiche, but Reese salted everyone's other quiche
Yeah.
and except his, so he can win.
Genius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
So I'm really hoping that I'm hoping that this remake is gonna be it's gonna be great.
I want to see the following. I need to see obviously Malcolm break the fourth wall talking to the audience. I need to see Hal cry and or in his underpants in certain points.
Yes.
Yes.
I also need to see Lois scream to the boys
And
at
chasing
least
them.
2-3 times
And chasing them.
and chasing them
in public.
in public.
You know what I really want?
Take him back to the water park.
Yeah.
I want Lois to be I don't want Lois to do that. I feel like
Oh,
that
she can't do that.
I feel like either she can't
Yeah.
or as a grandmother she's flipped where like things
What a
that would have
change
said
up.
what like because that's kind of what happens with grandparents.
And maybe that's why they don't talk to Lois anymore.
Yeah, because she loves the babies so much,
Yeah.
like the kids, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know why you lie. Every single time we're with you, you lie. This is not who you are. You're a monster."
Yeah.
And like the kids
do
don't,
you mean?
and like the kids tell her story, oh, I tell my kid like a story of grandma, and they're like, "Grandma would never do that," and it's like, "Oh, grandma did that."
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
Did you have to do jumping jacks while in the rain in the muddy front yard? Like,
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Fire. You boys used fire.
She has high
I
blood
love-
pressure and she
okay,
can't get angry.
So I was watching.
Or she has
Malcolm
a brain
in the Middle.
aneurysm
Or
and she can't get her pressure too high up.
or she had a heart attack, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently rewatched Malcolm in the Middle after they announced they were going to do it again, and I didn't catch this on until I watched it thoroughly. You know, in the red dress episode when her dress gets burned.
Yes.
And we find out that it's Hal.
Hal did it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that Hal basically told her he did it later on in the series. There's an episode when Lois and Hal are both at like fuming with one another because they're both holding secrets. And then there was an episode where basically they've had holding in secrets and they just unload a bunch of secrets they've been holding over the years. And Hal says, "I burnt your red dress." And I was like, "Oh crap! Wait!" I was like, "That was like season 1," and they finally acknowledged that. I was like, "That
That's
was
a good
cool."
one.
Yeah, I was like, "That's a cool little Easter egg."
I
was like, "Oh."
I always just like I want also like really solid cold openings because I feel like Malcolm in the Middle always had a really great cold opening.
Opens were great.
Like I love their cold opens. Like my favorite cold opening is Hal running in. They're all like little kids, and then he just goes $20 to the kid who takes the blame for something. And it's like, what did you do?
Here was, oh my god!
He's like, what did you do? $20. Can't ask any questions. Oh my god! All right, I'll do it. You're a good son. I got him, Lois. Like they had some solid cold openings.
Wasn't
and
it
then-
Dewey who he takes?
No, he
it
takes
was
Malcolm.
That was the one where Lois was cleaning the house, and Malcolm and Reese are just doing homework, and she's all, "What'd you do?" He goes,
what are you talking about? Like, you did something. You're not doing this. This is not what you do. What did you do? And then they have the window down, and she lifts up the window. She goes, okay, you didn't break the window, but I'll find out what you did.
Did you put a hole? Did you guys put a hole in the wall? And then she's checking all over.
And then she's leaving. She closes the door. But I'll find out what you two did. She closes the door. Dewey's duct tape.
Yeah.
He's duct taped. He's duct taped to the thing. And she's like, that was close.
That was great.
All right, we got one more piece of comic strips because we're hitting the hour and a half mark
man.
soon. Yeah, I know. AI took over most of that.
Sorry.
Cast of Doomsday has officially been announced by Marvel. Introducing, I have the list right here: Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Latita Wright.
Latita Wright.
Latita Wright.
Yes.
Ian McCullen, Alan Cummings, Rebecca Romaine, James Matterson, Channing Tatum, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell.
Love
Jesus,
that.
okay.
No, that's the only way you can say his name.
Yeah, no, Channing Tatum.
This is the end is just
Wyatt
ruin
Russell.
that name.
Wyatt Russell and who else?
Yeah.
Tencho Huerta, Eben Moss, Simon Liu, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John came in, and there's a lot. There's
basically an entire cast of X-Men as well, like Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart,
Pedro Pascal, Robert
Pascal.
Downey Jr.
So what we have is we have Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. We have the Fantastic Four. We have so far 5 members of the
Thunderbolts.
We have 5 members of the Thunderbolts, excluding
Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
Kelsey. Did Kelsey
Yes.
Grammer show up? It was Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
So we have Beast, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Magneto, and
Professor X.
and Professor X,
No
and
Mystique.
No, Mystique, Rebecca Romaine.
then that's Rebecca Romaine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
And then
No
you have
Storm.
you also,
There's
and
no
then-
Storm.
no Storm, but
Storm.
but you do
No
have
Rogue.
Gambit.
Yeah.
No Rogue.
We have a
No
Gambit,
Wolverine.
Yeah,
not
we have
from that
we have
Gambit.
a Gambit, not their Gambit.
Gambit.
What was it? We have
No Wolverine.
Yeah. No
No,
Wolverine.
no
Logan.
Wolverine
No
yet.
Deadpool.
Yeah, we do have. So, like we said, the Thunderbolts cast. We do have Namor. Namor is
Oh, yeah.
going to be in it. Black Panther is going to be in it.
That's Latita Wright.
That's Latita Wright. Yeah.
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 I hated the way they announced it. Because it was a live
It took
stream
like
and
5 hours, didn't it?
It did, and it was like the camera panning through all the different chairs, but it would freeze. And I thought that it like was an error or something like that, but no, it was like slowly
Yeah, it
making
was just-
an appearance.
Yeah, and then it would play music right as it was changing
Yeah.
to like tell you who the next person was.
Which was dumb. I mean, it would have been interesting if they probably would have announced it better, but they didn't.
It was funny to watch online people react to it because it was just people that are just ridiculous Marvel fans. So anytime they see just be like, oh wait, I hear Loki's music. Does that mean it's? And then they're like,
Oh, yeah,
oh,
Tom
it's Tom
Hiddleston.
Hiddleston. Oh my god. And I'm just like, oh god. Like,
well,
did
okay.
you guys not know that he was gonna be in it already?
So and that's the thing though is like.
like who are you expecting? Oh my God.
And that's the thing though is that when you really like think about the movie and you really go like, okay, so like what's this movie going to be about? Obviously Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in it. It's called Doomsday. We knew that the Fantastic Four had to be in it just because the Fantastic Four movie was going to be just before this.
The Thunderbolts were going to be
Thunderbolts are going to be in it because the Thunderbolts are going to be dealing with the Void.
A lot of the MCU cast is there. The ones I'm interested in are the X-Men.
Oh, and Anthony Mackie.
And Anthony Mackie. But the X-Men got my attention because you have James Matterson, you have Alan Cumming, you have
I think the Alan Cumming one was the one that like really got me because Alan Cumming is 62.
Yes.
I think he's in his 60s. And his version of Nightcrawler is very acrobatic.
Yeah.
So, and he played him as a much younger man.
well, we don't know what direction they're going to be taking with these X-Men because are we going to be doing the timeline where Days of Future Past ended well, or are we doing the other timeline?
Who knows?
They could do him CGI.
They could do him
Like
CGI.
Beast, yeah.
But also, my thing is that because you can say, yes, we did Days of Future Past. Yes, we did this. But you can also do, cool, this is the one that Kelsey Grammer was in that we had at the end of the Marvels.
But even Monica Rambeau and Captain Marvel weren't announced in this lineup. So how is it that we get Kelsey Grammer Beast?
But I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Because he's an X-Men.
Because he's an X-Men.
Yeah, but does that mean that Monica Rambeau ended up in that
I think you're
universe?
thinking too
Yeah,
hard into it. man.
No,
Like,
I thought that question too.
But here,
Because it was a very big reveal that Chelsea Grammer is now like in the Marvel in the Marvel franchise playing Beast, which that was like I think his first appearance was in that Captain Marvel cameo.
I don't know. I guess in my head I'm like they already had him.
Big moment.
So why? So I mean,
but we need to address the elephant
shock
in the room.
me that he's in another Marvel project.
No, but it's the Monica Rambeau thing. Like, where is she going to fit into this?
Because here's my thing. You can always, no matter what, it's probably not going to plan out. It's probably not going to pan out that way. Most likely, I mean, especially if you want like easy access to these characters, they're going to be from a different universe altogether, because then you can kind of just go fresh, because then it's like, oh, they're using Days of Future Past ones, but technically the Days of Future Past.
Let's not talk about the X-Men timeline, because I've already done this whole Charlie thing where I'm just looking at this line.
It's a valid theory, because they did this in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
They didn't use the Fox Wolverine from Logan. They actually made fun of that in a way, if you think about it. And they completely used a different Wolverine universe,
and they even said, "Oh yeah, there are thousands of different Wolverines," which means that there's thousands of different Patrick Stewarts. There's thousands. I mean, which one? Professor X is thousands of Magnetos. So you can grab. Hell, they might not all be the same team.
That's what I was thinking.
They can all be from different.
Marvel rivals.
That would be
kind of.
Would be kind of interesting. Each X-Men is from a different X-Men universe.
That would be cool.
But
I would like that. That.
And I actually would like that, especially if what I want is what was it? I want the what was it? Superior X-Men, or what was it when Charles Xavier has the dome on his head?
Yes.
Immortal X-Men.
Yeah, the Immortals. I think that'd be awesome, just because that would be a different Patrick Stewart.
What is it called?
Cerebro on his head.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a sick Patrick Stewart to have. Could you imagine him walking around and he has this like Cerebro on his head, and then you have good guy Magneto?
Yeah.
And it's like a total reversal. Okay, cool. Now we have stories to write.
Yeah.
And then you can even have what was it? Scott Summers from X-Men versus the Avengers, where he's like he had the Phoenix in him or something else. You can have different X-Men from different worlds.
I feel
and they're all coming together.
I feel like that's the intro to the X gene in this Marvel, because according to what the Russo brothers have said is that in kind of like putting together pieces of like different interviews, the Doomsday and Secret Wars is supposed to reestablish a new timeline. It's supposed to kind of like reboot the MCU in a way, right?
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to have that if this is a Scott Summers from AVX, because the Phoenix Force is the reason why it reverses the mutants being suppressed by Wanda.
Yeah.
And why we get more mutants afterwards, right?
Absolutely.
So it would be interesting to see that. I don't know if the Russo brothers are going that far in depth where they're going to be pulling from different universes, because that's a lot to connect. I think that they're probably just going to do Days of Future Past and pull from there. But they haven't announced the full cast, because even Robert Downey Jr. was teasing it.
Because my thing is that the only reason why I'm like, okay, it gets complicated when you go, oh, I'm going to pull from Days of Future Past, or I'm going to pull from X-Men 3 or anything like that. And it's like, oh, well, I wonder at what timeline or what part of the story did they get yanked from?
Yeah.
Because if you pull from 3, Scott Summers is dead.
Yeah.
Dies in the first 5 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
What was it? Patrick Stewart, dead. It was just, what was it?
Dies in Logan.
Yeah, dies in Logan. So that's why I'm trying to go like, okay, but if I were to grab 5 different X-Men that all still kind of trust each other, because like I know Professor X, I know Magneto, I know Scott Summers. You can still kind of get that vibe, but
it's a timeline after it's the good ending of Days of Futures Past, because I just remembered we can't get Ellen Page.
Why?
She's Kitty Pryde.
I mean, Elliot Page?
Yeah, Elliot Page.
Yeah.
He's now Elliot Page, but I don't think he can.
Why? You can still do that.
You think
It's
so?
a different universe. So what?
That's true.
I feel like if that was the
But I'm
case,
saying
they
that you
would have
can't
been
pull from that
announced.
timeline that way.
He would have been announced in this lineup then. If,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
Elliot
Elliot Page was in it?
He
Yeah.
could play a Kitty Pryde from a different universe that's a male
Yeah.
from a different timeline, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work in that timeline. That's what I meant to say.
But yeah, that's what I mean though, is that I just think that it would be so much, it would be a little more interesting if they were all from different universes.
It would be.
Because that way I'm not strictly stuck with what people have seen, I can then play with things. And I can
Essentially,
make my
they
own
do whatever
stories.
they want.
And I can do whatever I want. I can make my own stories.
They're rebooting it.
Yeah,
It's a fresh start.
And
I like that.
and you still get the actor who played him previously, so you still get that nostalgia, and you kind of feel like you still know this character, but they're a little different. And it's the same thing with Gambit. We had previous Gambits, and then we had Channing Tatum, and everybody was like, "That's Gambit." Same thing with Wolverine. Wolverine didn't have the same backstory that he did from the previous ones where he killed everybody. Everybody loved him inside of Deadpool and Wolverine.
I just want to know who we're following.
I think we're gonna have kind of like an Endgame situation. I think everybody's gonna be on Battle World, and then it's gonna be like Hunger Games.
Just want to know who the main cast is at this point, because you're not wrong. But who do we follow?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay. And
That's it. That brings us to the end of comic strips.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to go watch a movie?
Yes.
We went to go see Death of a Unicorn. Yesterday, Paul Rudd and what's her name?
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
I forgot
Paul
she was
Rudd
in
and
that
Jenna
movie.
Ortega. We were coming out of the movie after we had seen it, and we were just like, wow, Jenna Ortega plays the same character in a lot of things.
We've said this before.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but it just gets reinforced more and more after we see it.
Whatever movie, I'm like, I'm tired of her playing the same type of character. She needs to do ones.
But
with
you know
more
what? If it
range.
makes her money, I doubt she's going to change. She gets casted a lot.
She
She
does.
still gets
She
roles. So she's not. If she doesn't need
I
to
just
change,
feel
she's
like
not gonna do
the
it.
hype's done now. Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed Death of a Unicorn. It is not a new. I just
I
tapped
know.
it.
It's sensitive.
It's sensitive. It's super sensitive. It's Bryan today. So any.
I'm gonna go use.
Get out of here. Sensible, sensitive.
Sensible sensitive.
I don't know what I was trying to say.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Death of a Unicorn.
I liked this movie. How did you guys like it?
I thoroughly had a good time. It was like kind of felt like a play on Jurassic Park in a fun way.
There was
Yeah.
like a lot of Jurassic Park moments, especially when the unicorn, when the actual like unicorn showed up.
I was really happy too that the marketing didn't showcase the unicorns a lot.
Yeah,
It was
you
that-
didn't get like a good
No,
picture of it.
we just saw like little aspects of them and stuff in the trailers.
What did you think, Sean?
I was wanting just a little bit more in certain parts, and I
What
felt like
did you want? Like more gore? Did you want more story? What did you want?
a bit better story at certain parts. Because I felt like stuff went on too long and other stuff wasn't elaborated. Because I wish I saw more of NoHo Hank from Barry.
I know,
The bald
Oh
butler.
yeah, he is a scene stealer in Barry, and
He had like one or two good lines, and I felt like that was a role that was kind of underutilized.
Undercooked.
And
it's a little
the
undercooked.
lady who is the tactical genius or the head of security,
Oh yeah.
I kind of felt like she didn't need to be there. You could have just had like some average Joes, like that's just their security team. I don't know.
I don't mind having a chief person. I did like the fact that you can tell the A23 the A23 made this movie.
A24.
A24. I'm sorry. A24 made this made this movie, and you can tell that the people that developed the movie loved Jurassic Park, Aliens 2.
Yeah.
What's it called? I kind of feel like a little bit of Gremlins.
Well, yeah. I can see what you mean by that. Yeah.
Of like, they have something, and then like everything else is coming to attack them because they stole a thing. Or even like Leprechaun in a way of like you steal its gold and then
Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, they steal the T-Rex's
kind of,
baby,
yeah,
now
and then the T-Rexes are hunting them.
So can you look up the Rotten Tomato score on Death of a Unicorn? Because
what did
you
you
guys
have?
are liking it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that so Sean was meh about it.
I'll call it Death at a Box Office is what I'll call the movie.
Death at a box office?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't think this movie's actually. Oh, man, I wanted this A24 film to be good. I really like A24, but I feel like they're on this weird decline, kind of like they're just coasting by now, and it's not as visually popping. Like it's not what A24 was like 2-3 years.
Well, because
ago,
they're
kind of
pushing out a lot of more movies. I mean, you got to look at other ones like Neon. Neon right now is like pushing out movies similar to what A24 was doing like 2 years ago, pre Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And that's the thing about this movie is that it does feel like they may have spent a lot of money on cast.
Yeah. And Paul Rudd, Paul Rudd's character is a little underwhelming. Yeah, he's just like Jerry, like verbatim Jerry from Rick and Morty. Like that's the only vibe I was getting from him.
It's so funny though, because
time.
it's really hard for me because the entire movie I was just making shrinking jokes. Of like he's just getting smaller the more they talk to him, or wow, he really shrunk in that situation because he was just so timid and he just like would like kind of go into himself. I do wish that they would have spent a little time with the mom.
Yeah,
because the mom. The basis of the movie. Do you care if we kind of like spoil this movie?
No.
So the movie starts with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. They're on a plane and they're going to Canada to visit this like homestead of these.
Jenna Ortega plays the daughter.
The
right?
daughter,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's daughter.
Isn't she like late 20s now?
Well, they do mention that she's in college.
Yeah, that she's in college.
Yeah.
So
That's still early 20s, but she's like, anyway,
Sure,
yeah. She
whatever.
looks good for her age, but still.
she looks good for I think she's like 25, 26.
No, I think she's older.
Is she? I
She
don't know.
probably is, but they still cast her as a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to this homestead because he's a lawyer.
22.
And she's 22.
22?
Really? Oh wow.
Damn, she's
I don't
been
know.
working.
September
know.
27th, 2020.
She's
Wow.
been working
Sorry,
a lot.
2002.
Wow. And she was in and she was in Iron Man 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's going to this homestead because he works for this company as their lawyer and he's their legal proxy.
Okay.
The person who's the CEO and the owner of the company is slowly dying, so they go over there before he dies to officially become legal proxy and to sit on the board. They're going into this wilderness encampment. While they're going there, they ask, Paul Rudd is suffering from allergies and he's sneezing consistently because of the pollen in the air, and then he rams straight into a unicorn.
And she has really bad acne on her.
Yeah,
face.
she
Jenna
has.
Ortega,
She has really bad acne. Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd get out of the car. They go see what they did. They see that they hit a horse-like thing with a horn on his head, which is what they keep.
A tumor.
Yeah, like a tumor or a growth on his head. Nobody wanted to say it's a unicorn.
No, yeah.
Yeah, nobody wanted to say it was a unicorn because everybody thought, or like, if I say unicorn, it's gonna be crazy. It has like this like purplish, like metallic-y looking blood.
The unicorn blood from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Just
essentially.
like it.
The unicorn's horn glows. Jenna Ortega grabs it, and then it basically is her trip through DMT.
It's just like a DMT.
Yeah.
Like I have done it, and seeing that, I was like, oh yeah, this is just like DMT.
So
This is-
it's essentially just her seeing the galaxies being like opened up and everything else, and she's kind of like stroking out. So Paul Rudd gets a what was it called?
she's smiling. She's
she's smiling.
and you see the galaxies in her eyes.
Yeah, and then Paul Rudd gets a tire iron and then bashes the unicorn's brains in.
That was a really good cut.
Yeah, it was a really good cut,
It's
and
like
she's
serene
screaming
and
because she's like,
blissful.
oh, and then just, and then she's like, oh my god, no,
Yeah.
and blood's going everywhere and everything, and they end up putting because it's a wildlife preserve, so he's like, oh my god, I killed an endangered animal, so he's trying to hide it in his car, which it then resurrects itself, and they figure out, oh my god, like, you killed the unicorn, so they end up shooting it. Then they figure out, oh, unicorn blood heals everything, because it fixed Paul Rudd's eyes, his sinuses, and also Jenna Ortega's acne, which also I thought was like a really like weird thing where they were like, it fixed my eyes, oh, it fixed my sinuses, my acne's gone. I was like, that's a weak one. That was really weak.
Priorities.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I get it, I guess, like, sure.
So to kind of move the conversation along in towards the climax of the film, what's the whole point of this movie?
The whole idea.
Death of a unicorn, man.
Yeah. So basically,
The parents want their baby back, and the people are the rich people are being rich people. They're trying to exploit it for its magical properties and like
yeah,
The
eternal
unicorn
life.
parents want the unicorn.
so the
back.
unicorn. Yeah, they want the
Obviously.
unicorn
their
back.
baby back
Yeah.
because they know it's
So
going to come back to life.
So throughout the entire movie, they keep on saying that it has regenerative properties. So so if you drink the unicorn blood, which also they're like, once they like milk this thing for all its blood, they're getting it and they're squirting it in like liquor. They're the dad has them make a steak out of the unicorn. The son. Oh my god. the son is like just snorting unicorn dust. Like he's like grinding off pieces of the unicorn's horn and then he's snorting it straight to his straight in. But yeah, so that's kind of what they figure out, and they realize, okay, we can't reproduce this, so we have to go kill more unicorns. Like we're gonna go hunt the parents. The unicorns are smarter than they are, and they can heal. So when they go out, they basically kill everybody.
Oh yeah, and they figured out they can't copy the DNA because some of the compounds in the DNA don't exist.
Yeah, like they're mystical or they're magical. I don't know what the hell is going on.
You messed it up.
Yeah.
You messed it up.
You're talking more.
So while they fix the mic, would you say that this is a comedy or more horror than anything else?
Comedy.
Comedy?
Yeah.
What was the horror elements behind it?
The jump scares, probably the some of the build up, and the fact that it's just a mythical creature killing people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So like some of the death scenes were like gory. I didn't like
Check 1 2. Sorry.
the quality of the CG because sometimes it just looked really low budget and it took me out of the movie.
It took you out of it?
Yeah.
The movie was an hour and 47. I'm liking these short films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad to say that an hour 50 is short, but like that's kind of a short film.
I mean,
now.
a movie nowadays is anywhere between 2.5 to
They want to keep you in the
almost 3
seats. Yeah.
to almost 3. But yeah, that's. I mean, it's supposed to be this like allegory as well of
Big Pharma.
Big Pharma, rich are just going to keep on trying to be rich.
She also says it in the movie that this is an allegory for how something like this corrupts absolute, or like absolute power corrupts
absolutely.
Yeah. When she's like doing all the research of the tapestries, because she's like, hey, if they were actually writing about this, there might be some, like, it might all be true then. And she's like the only person who has that idea of, let me go back because we have records of it.
Okay.
To try and figure it
And
out.
yeah, and that was the thing though, is that I did, and once again, I was hoping that we were going to get more of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was hoping that, because they kept mentioning the mom like she was such an important thing and everything else. I was hoping that in Paul Rudd's, when he finally sees what's going on in the horn, because Paul Rudd eventually sees what's going on in the horns. I was hoping that when he went into the galaxy, he actually saw his wife, because that's what Jenna Ortega says. She says, I saw mom. Mm-hmm. So I thought that's what we were kind of going to, is like him seeing his wife, and then his wife like kind of like giving him that reassurance of
Some closure.
like you're doing okay. Like you don't need everything. You don't need to make all this money for her or anything like that. Like just being there for her. And I feel like that would have been a stronger message than just awe of the unicorns, because I kind of felt like that was our message at the end of like, now we have a closer understanding, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the movie. If you like a B horror like comedy, then
Does it have a happy ending?
The ending was kind of weak because it's the police showing up, the family's murdered, and it just looks really bad for them.
Yeah.
And the unicorns just took off, okay? So
Mama, Papa, and baby unicorn.
yeah,
Yes.
they ran off into the woods. They're getting arrested, and Paul Rudd tells Jenna Ortega, I was there too, and that's just him confirming that, I touched the horn, had the same experience, we're more on the same wavelength now. And they see and he's like, everything's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. He sees the horse is running on the side of the cliff next to the road of where the cop car is, and it's just the two of them having like this eye moment, like, okay, and they put their heads down, cuts to black, and you just hear a crash. Like, did the unicorn save them? Did the car tumble so far off that they knew they were gonna die and they accepted it?
I took it as they helped them.
I took it as they saved them.
Yeah.
That's what I took it as.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're criminals on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
that
have
was-
unicorns
Yeah,
buddies.
that was the weird thing too, is because I thought, from what I thought the ending was gonna be, was the unicorns were gonna run past, which the cops saw.
Yes.
And then it was gonna be like they disappeared into like the distance and everything like that, and it was gonna be like, well, the cops saw them. Mm-hmm. What we were saying is true.
An endangered animal killed the family. I'm not going to say it was a unicorn, but it was an endangered animal.
It was an endangered horse with this, and then you see that horse fly like running 60 miles an hour next to the car.
Yeah.
the cop would then go, "Oh, is that what you saw?" "Yes, that's exactly what I saw."
Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Like,
And then
not the same.
And it's like the same thing with the butler dude going like, "Yeah, those are the things that murdered him." Like murdered everybody. But the fact that like they ended up killing the cop, now they would just be on the run.
Now they're
Yeah.
even more on the run.
yeah, because then they look guilty. I don't know. It was
It's a weird. It's a
It's
weird.
a weird
It was a
ending.
weird ending.
So what's the
weird
Rotten
ending.
Tomato score?
Critics is 55. Audience scores 47.
Oof.
On IMDb, it's getting a 6.2 out of 10. Popularity is down 50% out of 12, right next to it.
I think this is going to
And
be a
then-
niche film.
Yeah.
You know what?
Metacritic is giving it a 55, mix of average.
I feel.
I think it's a solid like B minus.
Yeah,
I would give it a B.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not an A, but it's not a C.
it's definitely not an F.
It's a movie I would put on in the background
yeah,
to clean the house to
yeah.
because it's just noise.
For
It's
a horror.
horrible
and
too.
I get it- and I
Will
get to see
Porter did a
people that I
good
like.
job in it too. He was a pretty good part in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. It was
I
funny.
think for a comedy with
The Sun was the funniest for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
definitely.
I feel that with Paul Rudd starring in the film, as strong as a comedic actor as he is, especially with his sarcasm and his wit, it was
Skateboards.
Oh, okay. I was gonna.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay. That was
They found us.
last.
I don't know how, but they found us.
Gemini, quick, call the cops.
Was that money? I'm sorry, I don't connect. I don't connect to your phone. Looks like it's $20.
They didn't activate it, right?
Yeah, it didn't act. It
Okay,
hasn't been
you kept looking.
I've been looking at it the whole time, every single time I say it, just in case. No, but I do feel that they misused Paul Rudd a little bit because
Definitely.
he didn't have his same comedic style. In
Can
the
you look up the
movie.
budget?
He didn't have the same comedic style. The guy who plays the CEO, he also has like great comedic wit.
Yes.
Which I feel he didn't use
No.
because I love him in movies like Spice World. He's great as the manager in Spice World. And other
According
movies
to
like that.
Deadline, it cost $15 million.
Wow, that's a
And the CG, honestly, I would like to dress the horse in the room. The CG for the horses look kind of
meh.
meh.
In in the scenes where they have to move really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they most of the movie is in darkness, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But then there's like the end of the movie is in light, and then like the horses running and everything else doesn't look the best.
Yeah. All right. Makes sense.
So I mean, I can
Looks
totally
very
see that.
smudged.
Yeah.
Very
So-
smudged.
B.
Overall, B.
B minus. B.
B
Give
minus.
it like a B minus.
I'd give it a C plus. C
I'm
plus.
still interested in seeing it.
Yeah, check it out.
I say check it out.
Yeah.
It's a great. I would watch it if you love B horror films. Is it
Definitely a matinee price movie though.
A matinee price?
Do not pay full price for this.
I'm a
No,
Monster.
it's not. Yeah.
yeah?
Well,
But
that's
don't
what, no,
even-
but that's the
don't
thing.
even
You're not
waste-
really paying full price.
Yeah.
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 You know what? But if I were to put it up against like some of my favorite horror comedies,
Yeah.
it doesn't stack up. Like if you were to put it against like Tucker and Dale
Or the monkey.
or The Monkey.
The monkey.
Tucker and Dale never got a theatrical release.
I think out of all the movies that came out this year, this one is not weak, but it is the one that's like not great compared to like Mickey 17 and
The Monks.
yeah, and
Smile 2.
Novocaine as well too, because Novocaine was fun.
Smile 2? You put that up there? I've heard a lot of negative stuff about
I
Smile
haven't
2.
seen it yet.
I've seen bits and pieces of Smile 2. I'm not happy about it, but I just watched the ending and I was like, okay, I do like the ending.
Okay.
So it's creative.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now you guys are sharing mics. Kiss. No, I'm just kidding. You were going to commit to.
Yeah.
Can't do it until June.
Can't do it till June.
That's Pride Month, isn't it?
Yeah.
And my birthday.
And your
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
So I can only kiss a man on Pride?
Yeah, and Pride.
That's messed up.
No, it's not. It's not.
It
That's
is.
messed up.
That's not because you
That's
guys.
messed up.
No, okay, do it right now then.
Well,
No,
no,
I'm
let,
just kidding.
let him dig himself into a deeper hole.
Shit. Got your ass.
Did you guys kiss?
No, they literally went.
I couldn't see at this angle. I just saw the back of Renee's head. I'm like, are they doing it? Are they going it?
No.
He's
They
like,
went like they
"Oh."
were like an inch away and then went.
Hey man, you just said kiss. You didn't say where.
Yeah.
Now let me suck your dick.
And with that, let's wrap up the issue. Keep it up with the nerds. Issue 241. Check out our website, keepitupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Keep It Up With The Nerds, and check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and now YouTube Music. Guys, please check out the description below for all the guests that are going to be at Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, as well as Whittier Comic Fest. Again, Santa Fe Springs, April 26th, Whittier Comic Fest, June 22nd. Follow them for more information. Are we ready to sign out? Who signed us in?
You did.
It was me.
Do it.
Yes, Daddy. This has been Keep Up With The Nerds, issue 241. My name's Renee.
Bryan.
I'm Sean.
Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye. No, shut his mic down.